none above you, none higher than you, none greater than you. Your word is to be praised and way down. Thank you, Jesus. On thy throne, we bless the Lord. Oh, Lord, we I just want to salute you, Jesus. I just want to worship you, Jesus. I just want to give you glory, Jesus. I just want to give you honor, Jesus. Hallowed thou
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. We say a special good night to all the listeners via the various mediums. I'm not seeing Real FM or We Noise connected. I think there may have been a glitch in the matrix, so they may not have been able to join us tonight. Saying a special good night to all the listeners over there in the diaspora. Those of you listening from Canada, special good night to all of you. North Carolina, Texas, Arizona, Florida, and I hope all of you in Florida are all right and okay. Washington, D.C., Maryland, New York City. Well, New York, yeah? Not just the city, New York. Our California listeners, those of you who stay up until late in the night out there in the UK to listen to this program live on a nightly basis, we say a special good night to you. And of course our regional listeners. Just realized I haven't got the WhatsApp up. But I'm sure Joyce is there. Good night to you, Joyce, down there in Trinidad. Our Tobago listeners. Our listeners from the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Suriname, Venezuela, Guyana. Our African listeners, yes, we do have listeners out there in Africa, in particular Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa. It's supposed to be morning, yes, so good morning to you all. And we're going to take one more gospel, then we're going to get into the calls and the discussions for tonight. To you, Kamita, I see you. In me, cleanse me from every sin and set me free. Oh, if you are. Come on, friends, tell a friend to tell a friend, eh? And you leave because Talking Points is on. If you take away from the poor man and you leave them just to suffer. Oh, if your life not in line with the will of God, you must earn the searchlight reward. If you want to make it into heaven, my friend, live right and serve the Lord. Oh, if you are a leader and you lead because of power, if you take away from the poor man and you leave them just to suffer. Oh, if your life not in line with the will of God, you must earn the searchlight reward. If you want to make it into heaven, my friend, live right and serve the Lord. Oh, if you are a leader and you lead because of power, if you take away if your life's not in line with the will of God, you better turn the searchlight inward. And if you want to make it into heaven, my friend, live right and serve alone. Search me, oh God, and know my heart. Yes, try me, oh Savior, know my thoughts, I pray.
All right, so I've got the talking points up.
Baby,
Yes, the WhatsApp is up.
can wait in me, oh, cleanse me from every sin.
Good night to you, Kathy Albert.
Be free,
Message received.
a leader.
And of course, the Talking Points family thanks you.
Of power. If you take away from the poor man and leave them just to suffer, oh, if your life not in line with the will of God, you must serve.
And folks, when it comes to the program that we had on Friday night, where we sort of went back to come forward, I'm thinking instead of doing it on a Wednesdays, that we will keep it on a Fridays for the Friday night forum, but we'll do that Friday night forum now every other week. Yes, so that we won't have a Friday night forum this week. It would give me enough time to put everything together, but we'll do that for next week. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mrs. Scott.
Hey, how you doing, Papa?
Not so bad, and how everything?
I'm more than good and I'm greater than great.
Boy, I feel so good tonight to know that we on top.
Yes, man.
I just want to say a special good night to my lovely sister in Grenville, Janice McPhee, and all the family, McPhee family. Say good night to them. I mean, I love them. And at Sheldon Scott, I want to say a special good night to Dr. Modest.
Yes, man.
Also,
Doc.
and Ms. Dubois, and Dr. Mitchell, and all the team. Say a special good night to every one of you all. But Sheldon, something I've been hot today. I understand the government is making people go out to get, okay, they're giving them voucher. And they're sending them out to the stores and stuff like that and telling people they're going to pay them. And they're not paying them people. Why is government so evil?
But so when you say they're sending, okay,
They're
give me that
sending
again.
out- they're telling the Syrian that they will pay.
Okay, so they're telling the store owners.
They give
Yeah.
people the voucher to go and they're not paying them people. People are crying out for the money.
Well, let's wait and see what's going on, because usually when it comes to the issues of people not receiving their money, this government constantly says it's a case of people trying to mess them up within the public service. They say they have money and they have a lot of money and they could more than pay. So let's see what they come up with in relation to this one.
So, when school open?
School open a month now. We are on the
So
30th day of April.
wait,
Unless you're in Carriacou, school open today.
Well, right. So then a month now, school open, and you can't pay them people on time. So you wait. What happens? So these people are so bad in the ministry that they're messing up the documents, or they're messing up the papers on them. But these people just evil. They're just evil. You have an evil heart. You don't care about poor people, because if they care about people, take care of the people of this country. You will look to see their interest. Because you give them the voucher to go out there to get whatever they're going to get, whether books or whether pants, whether shirts. The Syrians go want the money as well to put back the product that they sell. So what you waiting for? No, Syrian, don't worry, we're coming back. Right now they're balling, they say not kind of thing. They're going back way back when to bring information about going back in with Grenada. And how kind of old nonsense they're coming up with? But tell them we're greasing the machine. We're greasing the machine. And I'm ready to grease it too.
Of course.
And I'm ready to drive. You know, to drive a car. I'm driving one. It's time for them to go. They're too evil and wicked and dirty minded. And I hear they go up in Carriacou today, you know.
Yes, they did go to Carriacou today. Well, we'll get into that a little later on in the program.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
But no, if you have something to say about it, go ahead.
Hey?
No, if you have something to say about it, you can go ahead.
I know. No, I'm leaving you for you to see the rest. I'm waiting for the rest because you don't have proper information than I am. But I'm waiting. That's why I get my information, because of you and Prince and the Birds and Jenny Simon and all the others. Because when we get information, we have facts. And we have facts to bring out to let the people know how these evil and wicked people treating our people in this land. But don't worry, God is in control. They're getting afraid because Dr. Mitchell spoke out last night. They're getting afraid. They have to shake. Is that take out the boots in the foot? Start taking out the boots in the foot. Because no more boots on the ground for them. Have a good night.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Yes, yesterday we had the General Council of the new National Party. I don't know why some people getting afraid. So just a little General Council. Well, it wasn't little, but just a little General Council we had. Yeah. For the last 2 years, did they keep telling us, yeah, all you can't hold, and all you can't hold this, and all you can't hold that, and so we start to hold activities now. They start to get upset. The only thing this government has been holding have been the town hall meetings. Every now and again, every how much months here, they come out with a series of town hall meetings. What did they do? For the town hall meetings, they come and they make sure it's their people there. You see some of them come out fully in their outfits and all kind of thing. And they come out and so they planted questions and they come and they talk the nonsense and then they call that, they say that is democracy. Yeah? So the new National Party has held its General Council. Yeah, we know that next on the list, there are several activities coming up. This week, I believe we're heading to St. John. I haven't seen the artwork parade yet. And when I say that, people know what to do. I haven't seen the artwork parade yet, but I believe we're heading to St. John this week with the forum. I'm not sure where on Sunday, but there are several other activities that are taking place with the new National Party at this time. Also, folks, don't forget it is coming up on the 27th of October. That's the anniversary bingo. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, that the anniversary bingo and thing looking right nice. Yeah. So the 40th anniversary bingo, and yeah, the top prize they're gonna be a Suzuki Ignis hybrid car, right? Yeah, $50,000 in cash and other prizes. Tickets $60 for one, $100 for two. And buses, free buses, are available island-wide. So you could get your crew together, you buy your tickets, you get your crew together, and you organize, yeah, to get on the bus and head on up to Victoria Park. That's taking place on the 27th of October, starting at 5 p.m. All right? So again, get in contact with your various people in the constituency. And so if you want to get in contact with the main office of the new National Party, again, same as with General Council, to find out who is the rep for the area and so, right, yeah, who is representing there for the time being, right, 440-1875 or 1876, and you can get some more information. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Well, I hear you talk now, Kit Mitchell, embarrassed and Peter Lynn.
Dr. Mitchell called, my dear. Why would you take their information and bring it here? Dr. Mitchell ain't called nobody name.
Holy call him have it on the
but that is that thing, leave it there. Listen,
no,
my dear. Hello. What they have in their place, leave it there. Don't bring it here. You see that? Leave it there. They have an intention by what they're trying to do. Dr. Mitchell ain't call nobody name. Listen nobody entire thing and tell me if you hear Dr. Mitchell call anybody name.
I don't hear nothing so.
Right. I was there. He didn't call anybody name. They can make whatever inferences they would like to make. And as they say, who the cap fit, wear it.
Yes.
But Dr. Mitchell ain't call nobody name. Did he?
No.
Right?
No.
So they're just simply inferring. They don't know who you're talking about for sure.
They take it now like if it's the man talking about it.
Yeah, but don't help them spread the... Don't. You see, let me show you something. Hold on.
I will just listen.
No, let me show you something. If you check how many people listening to them right now and how many people listening here, you don't want to help them by taking their stupidness and bringing it here to expose it to a bigger audience. You don't want to do that. All right, my dear? So we have to be careful.
Yeah.
All right? Thank you very much, my dear. I love you. All right. 440-7377 Yes, it's at somebody's telling me it's at the RC school in Guave. The St. Peter's RC school. No, Sunday is in Guave. All you have to tie up there, man. I ain't sure which is which now. But anyway, they will send it for me because I haven't seen anything. I was just hearing by the way, so I thought Thursday was Guave. So whoever have the info, send it for me. And I have a machine inside here that look like it's about to conk out on me. So if the program go offline, folks, the main machine that I'm using to broadcast giving me a kind of funny song and a funny kind of activity tonight. So if it goes off, know that is what happened there. The main machine that we use to stream is giving a problem tonight. If the program cuts off, it's because that machine has gone off. Yeah, I don't know what's the matter with it tonight. Yeah, in it whirring and making all sorts of. So I'm just telling you all in case, so you know, don't get worried. If anything, it's the machine. All right, 440-7377. Now we had the general counsel yesterday. Dr. Mitchell didn't call anybody name. You all could go back and listen to the entire thing. He did not call a single person's name. But to the cap fit, put it on, and what the old people used to say? Draw the string? Yeah, put it on and draw the string. Yeah. 440-7377. Yeah? And I think there were several messages that came across yesterday. That's very important, and it came across by several speakers. One of the very important, you see, now all you telling me, 1 minute all you tell me Sunday, now all you telling me Thursday. All you tying me up until I get it from the official source, then I go deal with it. I'm not taking nothing from all you again. Yeah. When I get it from the official source, I go deal with it there. Nice. Yeah. So folks, yeah. And why are these machines behaving like that tonight? Yeah, I'm sure you all can barely hear it in the background, how noisy it is. It's like it's about to cut off. Yeah. So folks, we do have those 2 meetings coming up. I kind of lose my trend there because I'm trying to get something here and it's for some reason it's just not working. I don't know what to do it tonight. Let me see if I can, let me see if I could pull up this a little bit and see if I can get this on.
What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry.
I hope that's fixed it now. Yeah. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Good night to you, Alban. You know, I find it quite amusing that after, let me see how much days, after 830 days, 2.27 years, 27 months, 7 days, 2 years, 3 months, and 7 days, that all the NDC can focus on is the new National Party and Dr. Mitchell. That's all they can focus on. After all this time in office, they can't come forward to you and say, we've started this new initiative or we've started this new program for the young people. Because even what they're doing with the youth parliament, that was in place before COVID. And then by the time we had elections, we were coming out of COVID. And of course, the new National Party lost the general elections. So who was there is who's supposed to implement it. So to come and say that they're going around and they're going to have people voting for the young people in an election for them to go and become the representative of the different constituencies. So you're creating a different level outside of the upper house, the lower house. Now you're officially instituting the youth parliament, although I've seen no legislation along that lines because they're saying they're going to be sending bills and so on. At least I would think that by this point in time there would have been legislation, because you're going to hold the elections and there are no legislations legitimizing anything that you're doing there. So you're doing it, but there is nothing legitimizing, legalizing what it is you're going to do. And you know I would know about those particular programs, but they jump with it like it's something new that they've come out with for youth. No, that was there before. You can ask Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters. You can ask Mr. Royden Bihari. You can ask Mr. Kevin Andal. You can ask any of these people and them, and they will be able to tell you that there's nothing new. This is what the new National Party was putting in place. Glad to see that finally you all have come around to putting it in place. But don't give the impression that it's something new that never done before and so on. We have a caller online. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good night.
A pleasant good night. Sheldon.
My friend.
Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
The only program NDC put out is the...
We're hearing you. You go ahead. We're hearing you.
Yeah, I said the only program the NDC put out for the young people is Richmond Hill, because today I went in Grenada today, and I went in the market, and to see so much young people with handcuffs going up the stairs, the courthouse,
wow,
is very, very, very painful, and it's not nice for we young people. It's not nice.
My dear, in case the people are... Wow, I was just about to ask a question. Give me a call back if you can. I was about to ask you a question. I don't know if your phone cut off or if you cut off. But yeah, so when you see that, after 830 days, the activists have to be focused, laser focused on Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, because they cannot point to a single significant achievement that came out of the administration. Any major construction project is something that was negotiated, funding secured, etc. by the new National Party. And because of the COVID period, you didn't get the chance to start it up. So, as you came out of COVID, and everything is pretty much normalized now, the new normal, that these projects are taking place. So what are we speaking about Molyneux? That according to the Minister MIT was supposed to be finished in January, but anyway, we hearing things, right? Nice. So whether it's Molyneux, or whether it's the project on Fort George, or whether it's a road project in different areas, and so all of these are projects that are leftovers of the new National Party. It's not a situation that they've come in and they've come with this grand idea that we're going to do this or that. Outside of the Send Home program, and now, as the young person that called a while ago, the prison program, where they're sending people to prison. When it came to the new National Party, our program was at the prison to try to avoid young people who are there going back there. That is what we were doing. So you had Project Fly, fostering level-headed youth, that was geared towards reaching out to young people in various specific communities around Grenada to avoid those young people getting into problems. And then when you did what you did with the other projects, like for instance, Empower, and so, where that you had the prison component where you work with the young men in the prison, so that when they came out, they had some form of employment when they came out from there, so they don't get involved in the negative activities again. So they have no new programs that they have put in place. Okay, so I've got the information here now. Thursday is the St. John's RC School, right? So Thursday, we're heading to the St. John's RC School for the zonal meeting there. And on Thursday, what I'll try to do is to be in studio. So when it's finished, even if we have a 1 hour program or a 45-minute program, we'll have that. All right. So yes, we're still going to go up until 10. We'll broadcast the meeting for those of you who are outside of Grenada. Those of you here, go. Right. And then on Sunday at the Grenville Secondary School, that meeting will be taking place there as well. And I believe both meetings start at 6:30. All right. So Thursday, heading to St. John at the St. John RC. Right, what do you call it properly there? Nice. The St. Peter's RC School, right? It says St. John. And on Sunday, it's at the Grenville Secondary School. So look forward to seeing you all there. Yeah, I believe I had an out about that. Now, I head out to the one on Sunday. Thursday, I will come in studio. Nice? Right, yeah, God's willing. 440-7377, 440-7377, yeah. So the NNP has the General Council. And the entire focus of the NDCites. And you know, we're glad. We like to welcome you and thank you all because we recognize that you all are listening. We recognize that you all are watching. We recognize that you all are taking notes. So we'd like to thank you all for joining and listening and following what has been taking place within the new National Party. We know you might want to come in and the door is open. Yeah? You may have been here before and you may have strayed. That does not debar you from coming home. Yeah? So the door is open. Come home. I see people all the time who had left, they had gone, but they come back home. Some say, look, I make a mistake. And they have come home. We have a call on the line. Hello, good night. Hello. Hello, good night. Hello.
Hello. Hey,
yes.
Hey, Sheldon, what's up, man?
I'm good, man. You're live. Go right ahead.
Right. Well, I get a little piece of the NMP meeting yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And as what I gathered from it, though, it seems to me that they might have the convention coming up soon, right?
Well, I would just say convention coming up. I am not in a position to say whether it is soon, sooner.
Well, right.
All I gotta say is stay tuned.
Right. Well, yeah. But what?
Go ahead, brother. We're hearing you. Hello? Hello? Oh, it seems as though we may have lost that caller. Let me try again. Hello? Hello? Yeah, we may have lost that caller. Caller, give us a call back. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. And 347-329-3101. I am not sure what happened to your call. Caller, give us a buzz back. Yeah? And that's the other line. Let me see now. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Yes, sir.
I want to ask a question.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
So, is Mr. contesting the next election coming up?
My name is Sheldon Scott, not Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell.
I know, I was just asking the question if you have
No, but I mean, he's the person to answer that. I don't know.
Yeah, can I stupid talk?
Well, you've been around. Hold on. You've been around politics long enough, as you so succinctly put it on Friday, that you've been around since 1984.
Yeah.
So you know how to deal with propaganda when you get it.
Well again, I don't entertain it, and I just call you just to.
Yeah, but why call me and ask me though?
Because sometimes you may have a lie, yeah.
No, I am not Dr. Mitchell. You can't ask me that one.
Yes, I understand that.
Well, you could ask, but I can't answer that.
Yeah,
I would
I
know.
hope you don't move in. I hope you have to rescue this country first before you move. Hope you don't move in. I hope you understand life. And I hope you understand all what going on already.
I find your song in worried, man.
Huh?
I find your song in worried on with him, man.
Well, I don't want to go yet. You have to rescue Grenada first.
Fear not, my brother. All right?
I don't want to have no, I don't want to be no fear, and I don't want to have no fear.
My brother, fear not.
I believe he has to rescue Grenada first, and then he go turn the battle give somebody else.
My brother, fear not. All right?
All right, okay then.
You have a good one. All right. And I think we have another caller here. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good morning, my brother.
Well, good night, my brother.
I want to pick your brain. What you think about the Grenada representation in the UN last week? It was last week? Before last week? Yeah, last week.
You would like me to be very
I've been
honest?
listening.
You want me to be very honest with you?
Yes.
Up to this point in time, I did not listen.
You didn't listen yet?
No, I started listening, and when I realized that over 1/3 of the speech was about himself and not about the island that he represents, I immediately tuned off.
You're a genius.
Yeah.
You're a genius.
And when I say immediately, I listened for a little while, and when I realized he's talking about himself. You're talking about, you come from an island that just had one part of it leveled by a hurricane, facing various economic challenges. I mean, for you to talk about those things, you focus. Nobody want to know about you. You want to know about Grenada?
That's all I was thinking. But one point I'll give him, he went a little bit. He tried to follow Kamala Harris pattern, but he did a better job than her. So, but that's the only point I'll give him. But it was just I and wherever. So,
well, maybe
have a good one. Good you observe it.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I couldn't finish listening the speech because when I realized the time that's allotted, and you basically talking about yourself, that's not what you go there for. I've listened to greats. I've listened to various American presidents from around the world, Mia Motley. All of these people speak at the platform and they don't focus on them. So they might mention something anecdotally in passing, but it's not about you. It's about the island that you're representing. It's about where you came from representing, yeah, and what has happened there and how the international community can become part of the build back process. And but anyhow, as I say, I didn't bother to listen to the rest, so I can't fully comment on it, but that's the part I pick up. Yeah, 440-737-7347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Now, on the first one, let me say this. There seems to still be a situation where quite a significant number of civil servants have not been paid. Yeah, I saw a note earlier today by the Grenada Union of Teachers where they were asking all of those quote-unquote temporary teachers, or as we say sometimes, contract teachers, to report to a meeting. Well, not physically, but digitally, to report to a meeting sometime tomorrow or when, for them to discuss the way forward. Yeah? So I don't know if probably by 6 o'clock today, public workers were paid, because I know I saw a lot of complaints over Friday, Saturday, Sunday about, oh, they didn't get the salary and salary didn't come through and they have this to pay and that to pay and so on, and the salaries didn't come through. So hopefully they are paid now, but I know that there still seems to be an issue with the teachers. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine, bro. You go right ahead.
Nice. Well, regarding the same United Nations, right? I was very, very proud of the Honorable Prime Minister of Barbados. Yes, she made a mention of Carriacou, to be honest with you, and the other islands, but she made mention of it, and I was so proud to hear that. Thank you. You know that she spoke about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mm-hmm. She spoke about it, and she spoke very, very, very good, very good. I think it was all delivered properly, you know, and I don't know who would speak after that. I don't know. Even I think the Foreign Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has laid out his, speech very, very nice. Yeah, because I completely listened to it, and I was proud of it as well. Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes.
we should always say
But you see,
kudos to the Prime Minister Barbados.
but when you're speaking about Mia Motley is internationally recognized as a cut above. She's not the normal fly-by-night, you know. This lady is very
I know
intellectual, and she can express herself extremely well. So she's a cut above. Yeah, I mean, you can't match she up with we can't we can't embarrass the lady by trying to put her in them same kind of category there.
No, she's, somebody's like, when she speaks, you always want to listen because she has very good things to say. You know, and to be honest with you, I watched just because of how she spoke. I listened to the speech on 2 occasions. You know, yeah, the same speech. You know, so we should be always thankful to leaders like that. You know, yeah, it's very good, very good. We was mentioned. The Carriacou name was mentioned. You know, I think that's very, very, very important for us. You know. Anyhow,
all right, my brother. Thank you so very much for your call. Yeah, and we can't embarrass the woman, disrespect the woman by putting her in the same category as like Mia, you know. Yes, indeed. Mia making the front page of all papers all over the world, all kind of thing. 440-737-734-732-93101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah. So they want to discuss that. So I just got a message from a teacher again, no pay. So today is the 30th, tomorrow is the 1st of October. And that particular teacher has not received his salary up to this point in time. And it seems as though he's not alone because I'm seeing some other messages here. So maybe I need to forward the list to the government. Yeah, then they go say, yeah, all the teachers and them going by sheldon. And they will try to spite them. No. But there's also, folks, there's an issue I want to raise. Outside of some others I'll get to before the program is over. But there's a particular issue I want to raise at this point in time. Because I think it is symbolic. It's a symbol of the type of nonsense that is allowed to take place under this administration. Let me get to that after this call.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night, my dear. How are you?
Yes, good night. I've been hearing about a few months that teachers didn't get paid. I want to know where is the president of the teachers union, because he's supposed to come out and say a word on behalf of the teachers, right? And you know, trade union presidents and the executives and them, because I was a sharpshooter for 24 years, right? They must remember when a government come into office, they must not take side. Remember, Labor Day gone. It's Labor Day gone or the one before. I see that president in the gong, the NDC colors, you know? So that is what the government are doing to them now, right? They're not listening or they're not hearing to them because they take side. And as a president of the trade union movement, you should never do that. You're representing the teachers, but also to the teachers is support them too. But we ain't going by that now, right? So that is what he's getting now. He takes side. I have never seen that. I know about Gary Union come right down to the Tao, cut his throat. I remember when Curtis Throat was there, when Leslie Pierre, Hobby Jane, Basil Harford, Madonna Harford, Nos Clarks, who again? I can't remember all the presidents that we had. Remember Chester Humphrey. I have never ever seen none of the presidents do that on Labor Day. Have a politician colors on Labor Day. You hear? Matching with the workers and them. So that is what they're getting now. So the union, the government buy them. They buy him. So that is what they're getting now. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right. Thank you so very much, my dear. And it's very interesting when you listen to the president of the Teachers Union. That's why I call him Judas Jude. Because when you listen to him in any media appearance or press conference or so on, you can be assured that you will hear the words and assure the Prime Minister. These are the words you will hear from him. And assure the Prime Minister don't know about that because the Prime Minister wouldn't like that for the people, and the Prime Minister this and the Prime Minister that. Or the Prime Minister is a good man, and we know the Prime Minister wouldn't like to know that that is happening to teachers. And we know that this NDC administration has been working along with us, always trying to defend them. Meanwhile, the workers under his union ain't get paid. Meanwhile, his union is being disrespected. Maybe it is because they believe that they have him in their pocket. But his union is being disrespected to the point of where when they should be out there and when, for instance, with what has taken place in Carriacou, that you would meet with the teachers union who are representing the teachers who could give some insight, they even do that. They're just disrespecting them. They're not discussing anything with the teachers union who are representing the individual teachers. And now you end up in the situation with teachers, again, not being paid. Yeah? And I was going to go into an issue. Now, it has come to my attention. I've been hearing something there right now in relation to the General Hospital and operations. Now, folks, let me say this clearly. Yeah? Let me say this clearly. You have a situation over the past few months where mothers have gone into the General Hospital to give birth and have died. You know it, I know it, they know it. It is not supposition, also, it is a fact that mothers have gone into the General Hospital and other facilities as well, but the General Hospital mainly, to give birth and have died. We've also had situations where they have gone in to give birth and the child has died. Now, the government of Grenada is supposed to have, and I'm saying supposed to have, a specialist who deals in that specific area, obstetrics. So they're supposed to have on staff a doctor who specializes in that particular area, which means they deal with pregnant women and the various issues associated with pregnancy and childbirth and so on. So on staff, the government of Grenada has an obstetrician, I believe that's what they call them, because they deal specifically with obstetrics, and I think they also deal with gynecology as well, but mainly obstetrics. From what I have been hearing, the individual, the doctor who deals with that specific area, has been placed on leave for the last 100+ days. So the individual who should have been in the hospital, they didn't take leave. Don't get it wrong. The doctor didn't take leave. The hospital the ministry send the individual home. So while parents, the mothers are dying, while the children are dying, the doctor who specializes in that field, from what I have been picking up, has been sent home to sit down. And so all of this taking place, if they were there, because they specialize in that area, may have been able to save some of those children. They may have been able to save some of those women, because that is the area of speciality. So a little bird tell me to say, Sheldon, it's because that doctor talk up, that doctor say they ain't going down, so you have to do things properly at the General Hospital, and they find the doctor shouldn't talk, so they place the doctor on leave, like they're trying to get rid of that doctor. But you trying to get rid of the person that specializes in obstetrics. You have them sitting home for over 3 months. You're paying them their salary as normal. Meanwhile, people dying at the general hospital. Grenadians, does that make sense? Anybody, does that make sense? So you have the person who's supposed to be dealing with these areas. You have the person who's supposed to be specialized. They specialize in that. That is what they train in. That is what they're here to give back to their country and work in. And instead of offering that individual the opportunity to do what they have to do. But that is why I'm picking up. Or let's send the person to go and sit down home. And you have mothers going in and dying in childbirth, or even before. You have children dying. And you have people here that could deal with the situation, and you have them on leave. Man, all you belong in the mental home. Something had to be wrong with all you. All you had to belong in the mental home. That can't be right. That's wrong as mad people think. Because there is no excuse for that. No excuse. From what I've heard, it was simply a case of that doctor being one of the doctors that spoke out. Because you can't expect that people will be there. Yeah? People will be there. And they don't have the medication, they don't have different things to do what has to be done. And they're just treating people like, nah. Something has to be done. And even if there's some issue with that doctor otherwise, what is stopping you from finding somebody? Because you have a situation. What is stopping you from finding somebody to deal with these various medical issues in the short term while you sort things out? You tell me, do anybody deal with obstetrics? Man, something has to be definitely wrong with what is going on with you all there. 4407377. I just say I'm putting that out there because that is what I hear. So I buy, so I sell. Because, we don't hear anything from the minister. The Minister of Health has disappeared. The individual, the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of Health are along the same level. They carry a portfolio, but you don't see them. So we're not even sure who is our Commissioner of Police right now. I'm hearing we have an acting commissioner in Mr. Randy Connorth. I do not know if it is a case that the existing commissioner is leaving. I do not know if it is a case that the existing commissioner has started pre-retirement or whatever. I don't know what is the situation. But you're hearing that you have an acting commissioner of police. So where is the substantive commissioner of police? Where is he? Why is he not on the job considering some of the things that we've been seeing happening in our country this year? And then you have the Minister of Health, who in the middle of everything, just gone for a month, go about the business, and ministers just seem to think that this thing is okay. You just go for a month. So he had disappeared, and now apparently he's supposed to be back, but we don't hear, we don't see. I think he was on a plane going to Carriacou this morning. But what is being done to deal with these various issues that are taking place at our health facilities? We cannot just continue and just every time something happens and say, again? As soon as something happens with it, again? We can't continue with that. Meanwhile, you have a situation with a young man leave New York after he saw the destruction in his homeland, Carriacou, came back to Carriacou, trying to help, fall off, damage himself, got into a serious injury. And then you telling me the hospital want to put the man out until his wife, if his wife didn't go out to GBN and do the interview then, if GBN did not do the interview, the wife, because it seems as though that is what pushed them into being able to say no, that we're not going to put him out and try to work on it. Why? Because the wife asked a question in relation to what was taking place. It's her husband. She has a right to ask questions. But in the same way, the government abandons this individual because I am pretty sure had a Dr. Keith Mitchell administration been in office at this time, I am absolutely sure that guy would have been in New York already. He would have been in New York already. But under this administration, no. So you telling me that this government cannot negotiate with an air ambulance for one of their own citizens who came home to help in a time of need to go, but they could find the money for helicopter to fly the whole of cabinet between Grenada and Carriacou. They could find money for that. They could find money, and which is dumb in the first place, and I believe that somehow, somewhere in the legislation, there needs to be something in place to avoid such stupidity taking place in the future. You cannot put the leadership of your country on one aircraft and send them somewhere. You can't do that. Because if something, God forbid, happens, we in trouble. Big, big, big trouble. So you can't do that. But they could find money for that. They could find money. And even if they didn't use money, but they were able to find a way to get. They were able to find a way to get a helicopter for them to fly between Carriacou and Grenada to go up. See all of them grinning like Shashakat on the airport. For them to go up to Carriacou, or was it SVG Air? Whether a helicopter, SVG Air, one or the other. That they were able to get it and go up to Carriacou to spend 2 hours and come back down. So whether it's helicopter, because that's what I was using before, or SVG Air, you're telling me that they cannot negotiate with an air ambulance company to get this young man out of Grenada because he cannot fly commercially. If he has a damage, if his injury is the injury that they've been speaking about, and I am no doctor, I'm not going into it, he cannot fly commercially. He can't. So he has to be evacuated via air ambulance. And there are air ambulance services available to Grenada, between Grenada and the US. I know that they are. So while he's sitting here in hospital bed and they wanted to put him out, and then some dotish minister go telling the wife about, oh, he go pay for the boat for him to go back up Carriacou until he get good. That is stupidness. That is stupidness. Some minister will go by the man's bedside telling the wife, we could get him to go on the boat. The man has a brain injury. You're going to put the man on a boat to bounce for 2.5 hours up in the water between Grenada and Carriacou. You even say, well, let you get the helicopter and make a look at thing for him. Not even that. Or you could get the helicopter to go and sightsee though. Or you could get the helicopter to go and sightsee. But you can't get the helicopter to evacuate the man. Or you can't get the air ambulance to evacuate him. Absolute nonsense. There should be no reason that his family has to be doing what they're doing right now, trying to rake and scrape to find money to send this man where he has to go. I got a good friend of mine telling me now, yeah, they took an air ambulance once. It's Grenada, Miami, New York, yeah. I know of other instances as well with that. Air ambulance. Where they could pressurize properly and all of that. Yet still you have this situation existing with the young man. That is craziness. And again, when it comes back to the situation with the mothers and the children dying, if there's an issue with the individual, and that is why you all had to place the individual on suspension and full pay for the last 100 and something days, then during that space of time, what was stopping you all from immediately trying to find somebody, either regionally or extra-regionally, to replace the individual in the interim so people stop make children then? Just because you all have decided that you're suspending that individual. Yeah? Just because you all have decided you're suspending that individual, it means that people are supposed to suspend making children in Grenada? That's the level of care and concern that this government had. And I just want to announce that Senator, the Honorable Norland Cox, gave the family a check for $3,500 today. We know that yesterday at the new National Party's General Council that a collection was made, and Senator Cox did hand over a check today for $3,500 to the family. So folks, those of you that can't help, because it doesn't seem as though the government care. Not doesn't seem, they don't care. So those of you that can, help. Yeah? Those of you that can help, please help. Because these people obviously do not care one iota what is going on with this young man and his family. Yeah? So we need that. Yeah. And I think there's only one pediatric consultant on service with the government of Grenada right now. That craziness. That's craziness. In other words, there's one person that dealing with the little children and so. There's one specialist dealing with that situation right now. Madness. That is madness. Come on, man. We had to get the thing right. And the minister just disappear. You don't hear nothing about it. Just disappear. I don't know. Some people say you're on the chicken farm. 440-737-7347-347-329-3101.
Stand up for my rights.
So for those of you just joining us, just want to give you all a reminder. We are going to do the Friday night forum every other week. So we won't have one this week. And we'll endeavor to have one next week. On the Friday night programs, we are going to try to go back a bit. Like what we did Friday gone, where we were able to show some of the stuff that has happened in the past. And so, yeah, we're going to do that on a Friday nights now.
And so naive. By the stroke of a pen, massive increase in salaries. They were broke, so no more money worry. By the stroke of a pen, a whole family on the breadline.
Come on, man. If we have to find somebody else, find somebody else. If we have to return the doctor to service, return the doctor to service. But the bottom line is we cannot leave our pregnant women to be going through that kind of situation. We have a call on the line.
Sheldon Scott, good night.
Good night, sir. How are you doing?
The voice of one crying in the wilderness.
Yes, indeed.
How are you, Chief?
I'm quite fine.
You know, Sheldon Scott, it's unfortunate with that young man who met the accident. I'm continuing to pray for him. I'm continuing to pray for him. But I could remember, Sheldon, vividly that during the last election and during the campaign period, Dr. Kit Mitchell been pleading with the Grenadian population by saying to them, do not vote these people into office. They are not qualified. I could remember that Dr. Mitchell said vividly that these people will plunge the country in chaos. That man begged Grenadian, look at the people, look at their behavior. These are the people that you is going to put to run the affairs of this country. Well, Dr. Mitchell is really a prophet. You know all what the man said come to pass? Look where we find ourselves today. Right now, Grenada is in the gutter. Presently, right now, I am telling you, the outside world is laughing at us. And Sheldon, let me tell you something. I start to listen to the speech in the United Nations. And you know, when the chairman introduced Grenada Prime Minister, the chairman that introduced Grenada Prime Minister he gave the Prime Minister his portfolio. But you know, when the Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell, took the podium, he reintroduced himself by letting them know, I am the chairman of Carriacou, and everything was about himself. Man, listen, I just cut it off and I just do what I have to do. Man, let us continue to pray for our country. Right now, we are at the bottom of the gutter. But there is a rescue mission, Sheldon Scott, to rescue Grenada. Lord, have mercy. Have a good night, Sheldon.
All right. Thank you so very much, sir. 440-737-7347-329-3101. Yes, indeed. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. I'll introduce a new topic in a little while. But on this one still, we can't have a situation like that taking place with our healthcare, here in Grenada. You're telling me, and you know what's happening now, and I hope a lot of you are recognizing what's happening now. So, a lot of our fellow Grenadians who are in Canada right now with various skills, who are in the UK and the US with various skills, and even other Caribbean territories, are watching how this individual is treated. And they are making the calculation in their mind whether or not they should come home and do their patriotic duty as he was doing to help. Because he'll be abandoned by the government. Had his wife not spoken to the media, they would have put him out from the hospital. Had she not spoken to the media, the guy would have been put out from the hospital. That's absolute craziness. And now you're telling me that he is there and the government still cannot negotiate, so all you don't know how to talk to nobody. All you can even talk to are two people in the business sector. All you can, government can't do it on its own. And all you say, all you have a lot of money and money is not a problem. And all you cannot find that money to help one Grenadian who came to do his patriotic duty to get back to where he's going to. Even if as government, you all negotiate with the air ambulance service so that they give a reduced cost. Or even if you all step in now, and I'm telling you all what to do because a human life we're dealing with here, that you all cannot step in and you all cannot tell the air ambulance here what? We are going to, can you all give a 20% off, a 30% off, a 50% off, or we the government of Grenada are going to work a deal? Nothing like that. You all don't have the ability to be able to do anything like that. Nothing so. You all just leaving the guy here. Come on, man. You have to do better than that. You cannot have a situation, because I know that there are people with the skills. They're sitting there in the UK right now, and they may have had all their tools shipped already and said they was coming back to go in Carriacou and help. And they may change their mind, you know. They may be change their mind. The same situation with some people in New York, and so who said, you know, much people send their tools down and all kind of things, say they come in and spend a 2-3 months home to try and help. And I'm sure the calculations working in some of them head right now, they're wondering if they really should. Because they are watching the treatment of this individual and his family. The wife had to break down crying on television for you all to make up your mind and decide that no, we're not going to do that again. We're going to leave him in the hospital. After you all told him that he need at least 3 weeks to be stabilized to travel, you all were going to put him out? Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's murder. That's how I consider it. Yeah? You all, the amount of money they're spending in Dubai. The amount of money they're spending in Dubai. Just a fraction of that. Just a fraction of that would be able to send this individual. And they can't say money is a problem, because they say, the Minister of Finance constantly says it, they don't have a money problem. They constantly say that they do not have a money problem. And again, what is happening with the allocation that is usually contained in the national budget, specifically under the Ministry of Health, for overseas travel, for overseas care? You could have ministers that travel 20-something and 30-something times for the year, some with their boyfriend. You could have ministers that could travel that amount of time for the year. Don't bring back not a thing for Grenada, but somebody that was actually doing something that was beneficial to the people of Grenada. That individual can't even get your assistance. You don't have to give the family money, but you all could negotiate on their behalf. Like if you care, but then we know you don't care, so that is probably the problem. Folks, 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the, I forget to bring my water with me tonight. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside tonight. I think we have a caller online. Let me go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good night.
Hey, good night, sir. How are you?
I am fine. You know that lady was on GBN News again tonight, but just the voice. And, you know, she raising funds and things back in New York or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at that, that is really heart-wrenching, though. Really, is really heart-wrenching. I mean, to see the situation, she said that right now on GBN News, so what I'm talking is facts. According to what I've seen and heard. I mean, she said that she getting kind of victimized and people asking her how she think and go on the news and what's not, you know, to talk about that. But if she didn't do that, a lot of people wouldn't exactly know what the situation is like. And as you basically say, it's in her right to do so. And also, what you are saying is perfectly correct, Sheldon. A lot of people that may be thinking of coming to help will look at that and say, well, this is how I'm going to get treated, where I will go bound to die because it's a freak accident. But you understand? But I think she can pull through, and she thank all Grenadians for donating and whatnot, and pray for everyone that donate and whatnot. She can get through. She's a champion. She will get through. It can work out in the long run. And Friday night program, enjoy to the max. You bring back some memories with me. You understand? When I look at Pitch Pine Bar, that's where I used to party on Carnival time. Pitch Pine Bar, right there on the Esplanade. And when I look at that footage, it bring back a nostalgic moment with me, man. I really enjoyed it. And I'm glad you're back on Friday. As you say, every other Friday, that's beautiful. That could work every other Friday. Yeah. Can't kill yourself, but you can do what you got to do.
Yeah, we're going to
Blessings, you better.
Yes,
and keep up the good works. And I want to tell Pastor Lewis, don't frustrate. Don't frustrate. Better days coming. I could hear the frustration in his voice now. On behalf of the people of Carriacou and the situation and whatnot. And, you know, don't frustrate. Better days coming. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. Have a good night, Sheldon, and thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you so very much. All right, brother.
All right, brother. All right. Yeah.
440-7377-347-329-3101. And there's another issue. Yeah, no, I raised an issue after issue. Yeah, there's another issue I want to raise here. Now, I saw an article being put out by Linda Straker, where she spoke to the fact, and I stated it like that, where she spoke to the fact that the board of directors or the CBI committee is supposed to comprise 6 members and they only had 5. And then the government, due to the fact that she exposed the fact that they don't know what they're doing, or they don't care about what they're doing, or they don't care about following the law, decided that they would quickly rush and appoint an additional individual. Yeah? Appoint an additional individual to the committee. And I think the name I see the Papayo. Well, Doctor, I don't see, yeah, you ain't gone nowhere. Hey, so I see you did, nice, you did thing, right? So I'm looking at that. Yeah? And let me see if I can pull it up here. I want to see it for myself. Right. So, now I'm seeing something here. The person who has been appointed as a member, I think somebody resigned or something and they had to appoint an additional member. So they had to appoint back a member, not additional. Appoint a member because somebody had resigned or something so. Now I'm asking a question here. Is the person who has been appointed to the Grenada Citizenship by Investment Committee, is the person who has been appointed there, is that person the same person? Is that person the same person who is the personal assistant to the Prime Minister? I want to know because sometimes people could have the same name. And I'm saying it from the point of if this person is the same person who is the personal assistant to the Prime Minister, then we have a problem. Or it was supposed to have 7, but it had 6, right? So it was not 5. It was supposed to have 7 members, and it had 6. That was what Linda Straker was pointing out. Now I'm asking, is it a situation where the new member, that member, and I think it's been done retroactively, with effect, no, it's not retroactive, it's from tomorrow. Yeah, this person is a member of the committee. Is that the same Akira Lessie, who is personal assistant to the Prime Minister? Yeah? I'm just making sure. Let me see. Yeah, I want to make sure. Right? Is that the same individual who is the executive assistant to the Prime Minister? Is that the same individual who travels with the Prime Minister everywhere he's going? Because you know the Prime Minister had to travel like a movie star. So he does travel with executive assistant. He travels with a cameraman specifically to take pictures of him where he go. He also carries the present chair of the Grenada Development Bank, treasurer of the NDC, who has been given a semi-diplomatic appointment there. So she travels along with him, as well as whatever other, he carry with him. So he carry a cameraman with him. So they could find money for the Prime Minister to bring a cameraman with him to the United Nations. But they can't find the money to help get this young man out of Grenada back to New York so that he could get the proper treatment. They can't find that money. But the Prime Minister can find the money. So everywhere he's traveling, and it don't matter if the money comes from his pocket or the money comes from the state. If it comes from the state, it's worse. But they could find the money for him to bring the cameraman to snap picture of him all over. But a guy that did his patriotic duty and came here to Grenada to help, you can't find the money to help him to fly out of Grenada. But at least supporters of the New National Party were at the Grenada Trade Center yesterday. I'm extremely proud of you. I'm extremely proud of you that the little that you had, you gave to try and assist to get this young man back home. Yeah? I'm extremely proud of you. But I digress. Because I'm saying here that I see this as a conflict of interest if Ms. Akira Lessie is appointed to the Grenada CBI committee. I already have a problem, and I believe it is incorrect, it is wrong, it is bordering on, as far as I'm concerned, corrupt for the sitting Prime Minister to have a CBI company. And as soon as we started speaking about that here on Talking Points, they took his name off. The company is still registered, it's still there, and as far as we know, it is still doing business, but they took his name off from that company. Now we have Miss Akira Lessie, who is the executive assistant to the Prime Minister. So she is in a committee where her boss company is going to be doing business. So he has somebody who is answerable to him directly, because she is the executive assistant to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has a CBI company. They look all through Grenada and they couldn't find somebody else. So he takes his executive assistant and put her in charge of the CBI committee, which will be making the decisions in relation to various aspects of the CBI program. The approving of projects and the granting of the citizenship and so on, that committee. So you think she goes sit down there in that committee? Answer me if I crazy. She's going to sit down in the committee. An application for citizenship by investment is going to come from Mitchell and Co. or Mitchell and whatever it name. That an application is going to come from them for CBI. And that she, who has to answer to her boss afterwards, is going to refuse that application. Corruption is not just the actual act, but the perception as well that it can or is happening. Perception is a lot. And this stinks. Yeah? How Shakespeare would say it? Something in the state of Rome. Yeah, something is not right in the state of Dutch. I can't remember that piece of Shakespeare right now. Yeah? So we want to know if that is correct. You think she go in and say no? He dare not say no. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, Brother Sheldon. Good night, Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my brother, I know you talk about that already, but I was really, really happy to see the turnout yesterday.
Mm-hmm. No, you go ahead, man. That's no problem.
And the participation of the young people. Look at the young person that was sitting on that stage that was involved in the General Council yesterday. That is, and these people, they are talking about NNP dead. If you have the youths so much on fire, stored up like that, believe me, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And guess what? They're going to learn. These young persons, they're going to look at Amanda. You know, listen to this young lady. You know how she, you know, dispense her knowledge and wisdom, you know, and she speak on what she had to speak about. Didn't fly by and jump all over the place. You know, she was consistent and pursuing the point that she was getting at. Now, thinking about something here, Brother Sheldon, I'm just here thinking about some of the things that in the past. Quickly, I want to just summarize it quickly. Now, if you remember, there was a certain finance minister in the state of Grenada that said that they had $600 million in the treasury. All right, and this money came through the CBI. And they would not leave a cent in the treasury that Kit Mitchell was spending. All right? I don't know if you could recall that. Then it happened that the same finance minister, under his auspices, brought in some forensic search for evidence, and he wouldn't send them to look for a pin in the grass. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And thereafter, there was a certain notorious lawyer that tried to defray or stray the people of Grenada's mind during that election campaign, and said that the FBI was going to be coming in for Kit Mitchell and Cohen. I think it was Cohen, the person, the gentleman on the island, Salivini Island. And thereafter, when the lawsuit was filed against him, that lawyer, and the reason for doing that was to get rid of NNP and Kit Mitchell. That kind of bringing back a picture to our minds that these people, they don't have people in mind. They are, watch me. The new National Party have been respected. They've been a really respected team of gentlemen and ladies governing and managing the affairs of the people of Grenada, the state of Grenada. Never in history the Grenadians have experienced this kind of movement and behavior of the leaders. You know, and the honest truth is, I don't like using the word surprise. But to be honest with you, the Ghanaian people were really caught. They were caught. And these people who are in the chair right now, these governing people that are in the chair, they are doing nothing more than satisfying the ego, satisfying themselves, satisfying the friends, the well-wishers, in other words, and not caring about the ordinary, the poor and the vulnerable man. They're not doing that. If they had that in there, in the vocabulary, if they had that in their thoughts, you know what they would have done, brother? Done what NNP, the government under the New National Party, did during Ivan. They didn't have insurance, right? During Ivan period, we had no insurance whatsoever. When they said Dr. Mitchell went on boats, they didn't understand the whole thing, ramifications around that. The man went to seek help, to call. They came and get him to bring him to make a phone call. right?
Mm-hmm.
So think about that for a moment. All they are trying to do, because they are conniving. They are conniving people. Yeah, they soliciting the wrong help just for their own. So what they had to do was to go. Listen, I spoke to 3 ladies yesterday at the General Council, just before the rally, just between. I had to call it a rally, just before that. And listen, you could see the tear in one of the ladies' eye. He said, "Sir, what we do to deserve this kind of thing? Who knows? Sometimes these people are in NDCs over that. Who knows? But because of how you treat them, you would never get the vote again. Neither they love, I mean, love don't turn off, easily provoked and turn off. We have to be loving one another as Almighty says to do. But sometimes when you look at what these people would do to you in religion and politics, you run far away from them. You don't want to have anything to do with them. Right? Well, look at the contingent. Look at how much of them went to Carriacou this morning. Just for the reopening of a school term. Huh? Minister of mental minister, the Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of Tourism, all of them went up there. For what reason? All you have to say is troops. and in sorrowfulness, yes, troops. In sorrowfulness, grieve on behalf of our colleagues in Carriacou. And the final thing before I go, brother, this gentleman, that we took up the money for yesterday. When I look at a woman doing a commentary on behalf of that family, and that woman, you see, they're not understanding what the damage that they are doing to this little rock, Grenada. I really wonder if they understand what they're doing. When you behave like that as leaders.
There's a difference between understanding what they're doing and caring about what they're doing. They ain't care.
But this is so true. This is so true. You could say that again. This is so true. There's a big difference. Yeah? The model, the house model, we were talking about it yesterday too. No. Well, the people could put a spout in, but where are they going with this thing? Where are they going with that? You see, oh boy, God help us. Listen, bro. Let me give somebody else a chance. Have a good night.
All right, my brother. Yeah. 440-737-734-7329-3101. So again, let's go over the CBI thing now, huh? Right. We have the board of the CBI committee, which incorrectly had 6 members when it's supposed to have 7. So now it's having 7 as of tomorrow. But you have, at one time they said over 1,000 people had applied to be on boards and so on. You have various people in the banking sector, credit unions, and business sector, etc., legal profession. And so in Grenada, the Prime Minister forget all of them. And again, I am not saying that the lovely lady, Miss Akira Lessie, is unqualified. But I'm saying it is morally wrong to place her in that position. You had many people who are as qualified or more qualified than her and could have been placed on that committee. So now the Prime Minister has a company doing CBI. The Minister of Finance have a company doing CBI. When the committee makes its recommendations through the applications that are sent to it, and they say this one, that one, that one, that one, and those applications are now sent to Cabinet. You have the Prime Minister sitting inside there who's a CBI agent himself. You have the Minister of Finance sitting inside there who's a CBI agent himself. The Prime Minister is the one who signs off. If you check, his signature is on the citizenship certificate of the individuals who are granted citizenship under the CBI. That is what Tillman Thomas had to see and talk about. That is what he had to talk about. Me no just go and drag you out from it. I have no respect. None. Who vex? None for him. Yeah? So you have the same Prime Minister who's signing The citizenship certificate are these individuals who are gaining citizenship under the CBI. He is an agent for CBI at the same time. Then you have the Minister of Finance, who has the responsibility for providing the concessions to the developers who are the ones getting the people to participate in CBI. In other words, a developer can be, for instance, like the people who do 6 cents, they have a developer. The developer says to people, hey, if you pay $250,000 towards this program, you're going to get a share in it towards the building. You're going to get a share in it, and you can also get a Grenada passport. Now, in order to do that project at a reasonable cost, they will approach government for various concessions. They would say to government, we need 20 years where we're not paying any taxes, 10 years where we're not paying any taxes, or where we are not paying certain categories of taxes because we are bringing in income into Grenada. We want to make sure that we break even by a particular time and then start to make a profit. But we are seeking to get, whether it's 5 years tax or tax-free, that you're not going to charge whatever tax it is and so on, that they're going to get that. They can get that from the Minister of Finance. He is the one that signs off on that. So the Prime Minister signs off on the citizenship of the people who providing the funding. The Minister of Finance is the one that's signing off on the concessions and so for the developers that these people are going to. And both individuals are also CBI agents at the same time. And now, a person who has to answer to the Prime Minister directly, who has to answer to the Prime Minister because she is the executive assistant to the Prime Minister. So on a daily basis, she works along with the Prime Minister. She answers to the Prime Minister. He could fire her at any time. That individual, a political appointee, directly attached to the Prime Minister and the office of the Prime Minister, is the person now they put into the CBI program as one of the people to make the decisions as to which people you're going to send through for citizenship. And you're telling me that is not corrupt? Or that does not give the perception of corruption? Tillman Thomas Civil Society, they have nothing to say about that. Ain't it? There are people that had the worst to say about CBI under the new National Party administration that seem to have gotten a serious case of mutitis. They lose their voice totally. They're gone on mute. You can't hear them. Yet still you see these things taking place and they have nothing to say. They take over $50-something million of Grenadian taxpayer money and they gave it to a developer. Just give it to him. Because they refuse to follow up on a case, and then you're hearing the allegations out there in the general public that the same developer provided a couple $1 million to the NDC election campaign. Perception is either it's true or it's not true, but the perception. Instead of going to court with it. And then some of the people who make the decision for it not to go to court, one, an individual who was involved as a banker for them. You had another person who was doing their bookkeeping and so for them. The same company. And you had one individual who was working with the company. And you're telling me that that is all right and okay? These people like to talk about corruption and they like to talk about this farm and that farm and all kind of thing. Let's talk about what's going on right now in front of Grenadians. What is taking place with the CBI program? Listen, it's not Grenada alone all you have to worry about, you know. There are other countries who have laws that will be looking into what is taking place with some of their citizens or former citizens here in Grenada through the CBI program when the time comes. And they try to give you the thing that, oh, there was no proper due diligence before. The Prime Minister is on record as saying that the CBI program that was run by the New National Party was properly run. It was one of the top rated. In fact, it was the benchmark, the gold standard in relation to the researching the people who are applying to your program. Grenada's CBI program was the gold standard. Everybody else tried to model after what Grenada was doing. And that's not no hearsay, daresay, or rumor. That is a fact. That's a fact. Now you have this situation existing. And we're not supposed to say anything about that? We're not supposed to say anything about the fact that the Prime Minister now put somebody on to the CBI committee who will be helping to make decisions, who is just as bad as the one that come out, who was working with the CBI company that get the 50-something million. And it's more than that, because just now you had to talk about the how much million for the other people and them. I find we gone quiet on that, yeah. You have to get some information in relation to that just now. But this is the situation that exists right now with CBI here in Grenada. That is what exists in. So tell me, am I wrong in my perception that a corrupt act is in fact taking place? There is conflict of interest there, not conflicts, conflict. There are serious conflicts of interest in this matter. Serious ones. The company attached to the Prime Minister should be debarred from taking place in CBI. That is my view. The company attached to the ambassador, Miss Andrea St. Bernard, should be barred from taking part in CBI. The company attached to the Minister of Finance should be barred from taking part in CBI. And they will come and tell you they go do it, but they will come and tell you they're doing it later down the road when they already make the couple millions of dollars. And who knows how much million they make in the last 800 plus days? Who know how much million each of those companies make? It'll be very interesting if they are willing to put forward the actual accounts to let the Grenadian people know how many millions have their companies made between the 23rd of June 2022 and now. How many millions have their companies made off of the CBI? And then match that up with how much money those companies were making prior to this administration coming into office. And if there's any particular reason that those companies specifically have been making money. And they can't come and give me no excuse as in they separate themselves from the company. Massa bull, massa cow. The substantive people who own those companies, who control those companies, and who the money going to is all you. But you see, we no longer have a civil society, it seems, where they're active and you're going to see them on the media talking out and so on. Yeah, Cassandra fighting up with herself there on Facebook and things. But outside of that, you're not seeing them having these forums on television and radio and all sort of things. You're not seeing articles coming out in the media about these various things. No, they're gone quiet because it's NDC in office now. But if it was the NNP and this was taking place, you would have heard them. You would have heard them. When you had a former minister wife applied to be and became a CBI agent, they had the worst things to say. Now the Prime Minister himself is a CBI agent and the same people have nothing to say. Nothing. They mouth clap. Troops. They mouth clap. But that is okay because under the NDC administration now. So Apple is now Apple if it's the NDC in office. It's an orange instead. Because they're holding everything to different, it seems as though they're holding everybody to different levels, different measuring sticks. So as it is right now when it comes to the new National Party, they have one set of rules when it's NNP in office. And then when NDC come in office, they burn the rule book. They burn it. It is wrong. That appointment needs to be pulled back. It is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. And even if people like myself have to write to the various international agencies who do the corruption ranking with a full dossier of all this information, people like me have to write to them with it, I'll do it. Because it cannot be allowed to continue to happen. It cannot be allowed to continue to happen. It is wrong. You expect the young lady to go and sit down in the committee there, application coming from Mitchell's, and to come and say that, nah, well, we can't do that. Or if the others say they're not doing it, if she ain't going back and tell the boss, hey, that was one of them that go against it, you know. That is one of them. We had to get that man off the committee, you know. That man, we had to move that woman there, you know, find that one that's fighting against getting that one through for your day. Yeah? It is wrong. Call it what it is. It is wrong. 440-737-734-7329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program.
40 years we going strong and getting stronger. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. We love it. The future looking real bright, and we moving on just right. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, NNP. Anniversary. Happy anniversary, NNP. 40 years of resilience.
Coming to talk about NNP. Still, man, Thomas, to come and talk about NNP. Man, we beat you 15-0 and you was the Prime Minister. We take your seat too. By a virtual unknown, Mr. Clifton and Paul.
It's a celebration.
He come and he beat you and you was a Prime Minister. What you know about politics to come and talk about politics? Man, move there,
Just right.
You get 15-0 in your tail.
It's a celebration. We love it. There's no segregation.
You couldn't even hold your political organization together. You come to tell people and give people advice. Man, Muna.
Anniversary, NNP. Anniversary. Happy anniversary, NNP. 40 years and going strong. Providing a solid foundation.
All the time CBI was bad, all now CBI good for you. You have nothing to say about CBI right now.
Development and progress, yeah. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. We love it. The future looking real bright, and we moving on just right. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. We love it. There's no segregation. We're the best party, and we know it. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Folks, remember the 27th of October, we're heading out to the Victoria Park in Grenville. That's with the massive bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. We have free buses going up, but you might win a car and drive down, yeah? Because that's the first prize, a car. Well, the big prize. Many other smaller prizes, $50,000 in prizes. Outside of the car. I think we have a caller online. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Oh, Sheldon, good night.
Hi, good night. Go right ahead.
I remember under NDC from 2008 to 2013, the Minister of Finance, Nazim Bok, said the government selling CBI passport as fish cake. The former Prime Minister Timothy said that they're condemning the CBI program. So look what is going on now. Right? Look at what is going on in the country now. The amount of passport, CBI passport are selling now. Right? Like that come like the CBI passport come like a road march for Grenada under this administration. Where are the minister? Where are Timothy Thomas? Where are Nazimok? I understand he right now. He's an agent now. No, they come like some people they talking about something when they're not in position, when they're not there and they condemn it. But when the government that was in control of doing it now, it become right. Right? Because they see that as making things for you to make money. And person, you have all kind of things going on in the country. Right? You hear the former Prime Minister talking. And the NNP had the General Council yesterday. Like I just said something. You have some guy in America or wherever it is. You put out matters wherever it is to come and talk about situation. Right? I want to he forgot that he was Prime Minister. He was Prime Minister in Grenada. When all kind of things are going under, he treat people that support was in the party, ministers, embarrass them. Right? And even people who was treating the Prime Minister as a little boy. And I remember when some journalists were asking the Prime Minister a question, and when Glenville come on and say, come, let's go. Don't answer the question. They had no respect for the mental at the time. Right? He could not say nothing. He seemed as nobody. But now we have more in more clothes. Right? When NMP was there, he went open and the support of the mud open to say all kind of things. But now they have padlock on the mouth, they can't talk. And I listened to the clip with the young lady with the house mother get damaged. I fell from the and Brother Sheldon, when I come and say that this NDC government, they don't care about people. What they said, once it's not them and the friend, the person could die. You said to the lady, her husband stayed there for about 3 weeks. Right? Within 2 days, you come and tell her, no, you had to go, you had to move away from the hospital. So go home and die. Right? So spending money on people to help them to survive is a problem. But putting money in the pocket of the friends and the family is not a problem. So when it comes to NDC, Brother Sheldon, NDC purpose of getting into politics was never to help the poor people. Was the see getting into politics was to make money. Was to make money for themselves and enrich themselves. But I want to say to Grenada, to the people going to compete in Matic, yes, we recognize we made a mistake, and I will say and I will continue to say, there is a party, arms wide open. You could come into the house because there is love and peace in the house. A party, they will take care of you and make sure what they say that what they will do for you if you vote for them, they will do it. They will keep a promise. But this government right now, Brother Sheldon, is a bramble party. Bramble people, deceiving people, just to get them to vote for them. And when they vote for them, they turn it back on them and leave them in the ocean to struggle to die. Well, I want to see the people who are going to compete matter. Have hopes. LMP is there to rescue you and to rescue you from these henchmen. But I shall have a night.
All right, thank you. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. So teachers, just remember, all you do get paid. The GUT say they want to talk to all you tomorrow and that kind of that. So tomorrow, GUT want to talk to all you. Yeah. GUT invites all, they invite in all teachers who temporary and thing and did not receive their salary in last pay cycle to an emergency meeting. Blam blam blam. I'm put up the code and thing die for them teachers and them, right? Nice. Right, now we ain't go put that day. Right, nice. So die for them teachers and them. All your meeting tomorrow and thing. Yeah. Don't let the teachers president come and play telling all you nothing about the government. You know, it's the government who had to pay with them, they don't know. And the prime minister don't know, and this don't know, and that don't know one thing. They know. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine.
Right. I just called you to make a point tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Today I was in Grenville, and I'm not rejoicing over sickness, but what I'm calling to see, I saw Qualis in Grenville today. Is he back from Canada as the ambassador or what up there?
Well, I've seen him around for quite a little while now, but I think they made provisions, if I'm correct, in the supplemental. They had some money inside there to rent an office and so on up there. So I'm not sure what's taking place, but I've seen him around for a little while now.
Yeah, but that's an embarrassment to Grenada. How you could send a sick man like that in to represent Grenada? The man very sick, because I saw the man cannot walk. The man foot ban up, and like maybe diabetes and he
well, let's not make the thing for whatever it is, but yeah.
I'm just trying to say,
yeah.
Why you have to send somebody like that to represent Grenada if the man's sick? So you can get somebody that capable well to put. So everybody have to make a money off Grenada.
Well, but what I would say is this. Well, considering what we see taking place in Dubai, let we hear what Mr. Qualis gain.
I find that
it might be very interesting to see what Mr. Qualis is receiving, considering what we see taking place in Dubai with private school and all kind of thing.
No, but
and then from what you're saying, it does not seem as though the individual is physically capable of carrying out their duties.
That is my point.
Yeah.
So why you have to send somebody like that? yes, everybody's sickness is for everybody. Once you you have life, you will get sick. But what I'm the point I'm trying to make, why you have to send somebody like that to represent? You know?
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much, and you made a very valuable point.
Yeah, take care.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to find out. Somebody, wrong envelope time. Yeah, somebody. We might have to find out what Mr. Corliss is receiving, because we see some people receiving gracious, very gracious, super gracious offers and them kind of thing. So we have to find out what is Mr. Corliss receiving, because it seems as though I seem to remember somewhere within the supplemental that provisions were being made for his somebody telling me here maybe Corliss negotiating for more based on what Auntie Jenny put out about Dubai. Auntie Jenny to blame. Yeah, maybe come back and negotiate, you never know. Yeah, because we need to find out. And another listener here is making a very valuable point as well. Each time our Governor General is absent from the island of late, Mr. Tillman Thomas acts as Governor General. As such, the individual should remove himself from the politics. Yeah? Your Governor General, you had Mr. Glean, His Excellency, Sir Glean. He wasn't involved. You didn't hear him on no TV and radio program talking no politics, and he may have had his own perception, he may have had his own leanings, but you didn't see him out there or hear him out there making any statements, and so you didn't see him going on any media platforms to make any statements about politics. And don't even talk about the late Paul Schoon and all of these individuals. They were not there making any of these kind of statements. But yet still, you see this individual who is making his political state. Just the other day, he was acting as Governor General, coming to talk about politics. So wait, I go to a political school where there is a teacher? Serious? That man looks like a boboli. Like a boboli. Pablo hold him up there in St. Patrick East and he ring him like a boboli. I will take political advice from me. Ah man, come on, I might take political advice of how not to take political advice from me. And that's what I might do. But me taking no political advice from me. 440-737-734-7329-3101. Yes, I'm taking your calls. 440-737-734-7329-3101. And again, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. Yeah, I saw you in your green, resplendent in your green yesterday. Even those of you outside of Grenada that was sending the pictures, and so yes, I saw you all that were littering my timeline. When I'm going through, I'm seeing you all in your green and so on. Some had the Talking Points t-shirts, some had the NNP t-shirts, some just had on plain green. It was wonderful seeing all of you. Hey, Miss Adonis, good night. I nearly forget you, no girl. Good night to you, Miss Adonis. And good night to you, my good friend, Mr. Perryman, out there in Birch Grove. Mr. Perryman, I hope everything going okay with you tonight, man. I hope you're good. All right, Papa? Yes, indeed. 440-737-734-7329-3101. And that issue that caller brought up is very interesting indeed, because there is a situation, if I'm remembering properly from the supplemental, that provisions were made for the office in Canada. Yet still it seems as Mr. Corliss down here and he ain't moving, or he can't move. What is his remuneration package? Is his remuneration package similar to what is being given to the Consul General out there in Dubai? Because remember, if it's 500,000 being spent on the Consul General in Dubai there, at least 60 to 65% of that money is directly on the Consul General and his family, you know? Not even on the consulate. At least 60 to 65% is on he, not on the consulate. You all understand what I'm saying here? All right, let me try to get this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Sheldon.
Yes.
Me again.
Hi.
Yeah. You know, I just always say, when people don't have respect is not something you demand. Respect is something you honor.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, what you said, I have no respect for Tillman. I have no respect for him. When I sit down and I check out, he was the man that talked all about transparency, accountability, and what's going on there now. I have no respect for him, and I will never have no respect for him.
I ain't encouraging nobody to have my position. I personally, that is me. I ain't encouraging people to follow me.
No, that's my personal perception. Though. I don't have no respect for him because he behaved like a little boy. And personally, I'll call him Till Boy because he don't no man personality.
I ain't going down that direction. I just personally don't have any respect for the individual.
I don't have no respect for him. And another thing, Dickon Mitchell. I want St. David's people to ask Dickon Mitchell what he do for St. David's before he come into politics. And he did 2 years now. What he intend to do and what he's doing for St. David's. Up to now, I haven't seen anything. I'm from St. David's. And what I observe, Dickon is a very wicked boy.
Let's leave it there. Yes. Caller, you called earlier, and usually we don't take 2 calls. We don't take 2 calls. We don't like to break our rules, so we're gonna have to end it there.
And personally, all right? I don't like him.
Okay, we're gonna have to end it there.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
All right, good, thanks. Yeah. And folks, we're nearly out of time tonight. We are nearly out of time for tonight's program, and tomorrow indeed we do have the Talking Tuesdays for you, and I have to firm up my guest. I did speak with someone last week, so we have to firm up that guest, right? And we also have behave yourself now, man. Yeah, also as I said, and for those of you that may have joined the program late, we are going to do that review of things over the years. We're going to do that next week Friday, not this Friday. So we're going to do it one Friday in, out, in, out. So we're going to do it like that, right? So we're going to bring back the Friday program now, but we're going to do it 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. So I've already started putting together the information for the next program. And one thing that really struck me on Friday night when I was finished and I left the studio, I got a call from an individual. I ain't gonna call the individual name. They say, man, I see my father there. I see my father dead how much years now. And I saw my dad. And they didn't even know that video existed of their father. And they say, I see my father. I see my father. I hear my father. I didn't even know that video existed. So you never know who or what you might see on the next one coming up. So we got a lot of information. We got a lot of videos, and so that we are going to be showing from a lot of stuff that has been archived over the years. Yeah, because the NNP could pull out an archive and show what it has done. When people make the statement and say NNP never do anything, and NNP never do this, and NNP never do that, we can pull out where you have Dr. Modest speaking 24 years ago in relation to the issue of low-income housing and the importance of providing low-income housing for Grenadian families and also providing housing at other levels. And between that time and now, you can see what the new National Party has done, that it wasn't just words, because you see the housing schemes that have been done. You have seen the various housing projects that have taken place. When you hear people say that after Ivan, NNP didn't do, that video, I'm sorry I don't have the video tonight, because I would have ended the program tonight by playing over that video that was played at the General Council yesterday. I'm sorry, I should have thought of that and had that here to play it over the end of tonight's program. But you know what? One Monsieur Pasio, we go play it during this week. Folks, that's all the time we have tonight for Talking Points. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Heading out with this one tonight.
40 years we going strong and getting stronger. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. We love it. If you tell looking real bright and we moving on just right. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary NNP. Anniversary. Happy anniversary NNP. 40 years of resilience. Progress and visionary leadership. Not carrying hope for a brighter future. The new National Party. providing a solid foundation for the nation's future. 40 years of greatness, development and progress. Yeah, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. We love it. The future looking real bright, and we moving on just right. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. We love it. There's no segregation. We're the best party, and we know it. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, NNP. Anniversary. Happy anniversary, NNP. Going strong and getting stronger. NNP. Happy anniversary, NNP. Happy anniversary, NNP. Happy anniversary, NNP.